So this week started out quite well. We started drilling again. One of the things that we always like to put emphasis are on the basics. This is a very basic drill. This is the 1-2. In this drill, one of us is going to be the aggressor. Aggressor will throw a 1-2 and the person in defensive mode will actually try to counterpunch that 1-2 with a punch to the body. If you guys don't know, I used to box southpaw, so I feel way more comfortable fighting out of the southpaw stance. But I know most fighters are orthodox fighters, and I always like to teach the basics of the orthodox stance. Usually when I have people training, I have two athletes, and most of the time both of those guys are orthodox fighters, so it's kind of easier for me to teach two orthodox fighters at the same time. That way they do those common movements that they're going to see in most of their career. Of course, when the southpaw comes in, it's very different. But since I'm only training one athlete, I have to kind of pretend or have to take that role of the orthodox fighters. It feels kind of awkward, so if you guys see me in some of these videos, I look kind of off. I'm not that great as an orthodox fighter. I never really practice it. Maybe it's a good thing or maybe it's a bad thing, but me, I like to focus on the basic and the fundamentals, and my fundamentals revolve around the southpaw stance, so it looks kind of awkward at times, especially when I'm throwing these basic straight punches. Oh! There you go. There you go, bro. Those are counters. So that's the counter you want to see. Fuck. There you go, though. Nice. You're allowed to do is throw the jab, try to throw it as quickly as possible, try to block the other person's jab, so you can go over the jab, under the jab, jab to the head, jab to the body, so you have to kind of be creative with the jab and figure out where exactly you're going to place the punch itself. Here in these upcoming clips, you guys see me alternate between southpaw and orthodox fighter. Turn into the southpaw stance mostly out of instinct and just to kind of get Edgar more of a feel of how a jab is really going to be thrown, because me as a southpaw, I'm so used to throwing these basic punches from the southpaw stance, so my punches are quite quicker. When I change to an orthodox stance, my punches might be a little bit slow, a little bit awkward, so throughout this drill I try to alternate between orthodox and southpaw. That way also Edgar, he kind of gets an idea of which movements he has to apply when going up against either an orthodox fighter or a southpaw fighter. Oh fuck, now you're gonna get it. Ah, nice, there you go, bro. To this point, all you guys ever really saw us do was work punches from a distance, and now we're gonna work more of the clinch by throwing hooks and uppercuts. Here, the next drill is the clinch, right? So we're gonna work the clinch a little bit more. So with the clinch, we're gonna try to work the body, right? So it consists mostly of hooks and uppercuts, okay? Alright, put them up. The clinch, I'm gonna go with the hook and uppercut. Alright, ready? Now you go. Hook, 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 throw it. Uppercut, yeah, right here. Oh, there you go. You got it? Hook, uppercut. Ready? Hook, uppercut. There you go, bro. Hook, uppercut. Here we go. What I'm trying to emphasize here is that you have to put some leverage on your shots no matter how close you are to your opposition. Sometimes you're not really going to have a lot of space and you just have to learn how to generate power off your hips. And so one of the things I always like to explain to my fighters is the fact that the uppercuts and the hooks, you always really throw them on the inside. You never really want to throw these punches from such a far away distance, because these punches are always countered easily with straight punches. Of course, you get those times where an athlete may land the hook faster than the straight punch itself, but for the most part, straight punches are always faster than looping punches or punches that come from an angle. For the last drill, all we did was work our footwork and our movement, and well, I wanted to really emphasize this with Edgar because of the fact that he's still moving kind of robotic. Although you do have those simple steps of, you know, if you step forward, you step with your lead leg first and then your rear leg follows, but that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to flow a little bit more freely, and you have to be able to do sharp, quick movements that you can't really do if you're following those basic robotic steps. This is just giving him a basic idea on how to move a little bit faster, a little bit sharper, and those angles that he may have in a boxing match. Alright, now you add the pressure on me. Come on. Well, here we go. Come on. You got pressure, bro. Come on. Right away, full switch, alright? Always try to face me, bro, that's your goal. Try to face me or try to get an angle on me. See those punches too. See how away this punch that are coming. Drop this one. Ouch, so don't do this. Go this way. Drop this way. Go that way. There you go. See? So yeah, man, that'll be all. If you guys enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up. Like I said, a lot of the things are going to be quite repetitive, so if you guys get bored, maybe this isn't the series for you. We're only trying to work our fundamentals and get the basic skills that we need in a boxing match. So most of this stuff that you guys see here, you guys probably saw it in the first few episodes and probably going to see it in the last few episodes as well. So if you guys want to know anything about us, go follow us on our personal Instagram. Our team Instagram is also down below. If you guys want to know more about the athlete, go check him out as well. His social media will also be in the link in the description box. So yeah, man, hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Stay tuned for the next one.